everybody, and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson. Thank you for being here. Now, it's always important to orientate yourself, isn't it? Well, we're here in a place called Żary. I know these are impossible words sometimes because it has an accent over the Z or the Z, Żary, right? Okay. And here are some guides in Polish and German, which will tell you some things about the town, which is very nice. But they don't have one in English, do they? And that's one thing I noticed. Way over here close to the German border, English drops out, and German and Polish seem to be the lingua franca of the area. So if you don't speak Polish or German, you're not going to be able to read the street signs, but you always have Wikipedia, so don't worry. Don't despair. Anyway, here's the town of Żary, and here's the town of Zagan. It's near Zagan. Zagan is where Kepler lived, and we did some episodes before about that, an episode. And also there's a beautiful historic monument of a church and a monastery, Augustinian monastery. It's really cool. But the main attraction for the modern traveler or tourist is the Great Escape Museum at Zagan, Stalag Luft 3. And you remember the movie Great Escape with Steve McQueen, James Garner, Charlie Bronson, Richard Attenborough, and so forth. Big movie. And in England they always watch it at Christmas, but it's very popular all over. I believe it was made in 1964, Steve McQueen jumping on the motorcycles over those fences. It's actually not him. He does do the motorcycle stunts, but not that one. It's a stunt man. Pretty dangerous. And here's Żary, so it's not far away. And here's the border. Another thing that's very cool about Żary is this green forest. There's a green forest. This says Zielone. They call it the green park, the green forest. And people love to go walking there. Apparently it's very beautiful with rolling sort of hills and streams. We're between two rivers here. Which is interesting, the Bóbr River and the Bóbr River, right? They sort of make this section called Lubusz, this province in the extreme west on the border with Germany, which is also called Lusatia, yeah, parts of it. Now, these signs are always helpful too, and they have these in most Polish towns. Okay, you can see, if you walk up there, you'll go to the palace and the zamek. Zamek Bieberstein, and the Palace Płomyców, yeah, which are the ruins that they're redoing. This is a big project in these parts, that they're going to redo that. And then you have the mury miejskie, that's the city fortifications, it says. Town hall, ratusz, right? And you have the Palace Park. We already were in the Palace Park in a previous episode, and we were showing you the palace and the castle from there. And then there's a watchtower. We're going to go see that. Come on. But let's look at this church first. This is an amazing church. And Vova's right. Vova was telling me as we were walking here from just the town square, which is up there, which we were showing you in the last, some of the town hall and the main pedestrian street in the last episode. As we were walking along, we said, look how big this church is. It really is amazing. And you always find that the church and then maybe a watchtower like this close by. I'm not sure if that's the watchtower or the church tower, but you could use it as a watchtower for sure. And it's old. I mean, it's been here for a long time. These towns grew up around cathedrals, churches, and castles. You had to have both. These were the things. The castle for defense, and the church sometimes for defense too. But the castle to assure worldly security, and the church to protect your spirit, to take you closer to God, and protect you against evil. Come on. Of course, the castle protects you against the evil which you run into on the battlefield, for example. But the church protects you against spiritual evil and sickness, and I mean, this is, you know, faith. This is what faith is all about. So faith, but also practicality, very important in medieval times. And I said, you know, this town goes back to, Żary goes back to 1,000 years, but okay. It's really 750 years incorporated, but incorporated, well, with town rights, probably Magdeburg town rights, but there were people living here way before, because it's between the, you know, this particular area is very fertile and is a good place to do farming and with some natural protections. Look at these epitaphs there. I can't even read what years these are. Inside the church is, you know, it's pretty spare. It's huge, vaulted roof, almost Romanesque style, very simple inside, but yet we know that it's got the pointy Gothic doors. You can see the points. Gothic just means pointy. Something is about 1907. I don't know what that means if they just put this in 1907. We've got, here I can read this a little better, but there's no date.
Sorry.
No date.
This is not 1912.
Oh, right. Is it 12?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it's 1207. All right, so, 13th century, beginning of the 13th century, crazy. 1207. That's why we have a university-educated historian as a cameraman, so he can correct me when I need it, which is quite often. But this is the part I like around here. It's real Gothic stuff too. This sort of buttress. You see, it's a support, but it's also a kind of. It's a support, but it's also a kind of, you know, a wing of the church. And you've got a nice tower here. Look at that. You can see this from miles away when you're driving in. And in the old days, that would have been a symbol of civilization, strength, and power, and refuge when you were getting near. This is the main road as well. I mean, you were driving through here in the old days, heading west or heading back east to Dresden. Dresden is the biggest town from near to the border. And this is a better view. Can we pan up and have a look at that? Okay, you see what I'm talking about? Almost like a fortress tower, isn't it? In fact, this church looks like a more substantial defensive position than the actual castle does. You know, let's keep walking around. Indulge me. But I think it's nice to see sort of moving picture of the cathedral. Okay, and I wanted you to see this view. Okay, look, there you go. How about that? Again, it looks like a defensive position, and of course the wall, the town wall, ran right along here. If we look back around here, you can see another tower. That's probably the watchtower. And this is where the town wall is. It ran across here. It joined here. So the cathedral was protected by the town wall. And look at those walls. You know, it's not going anywhere easily. You're going to have to really, really have a go at it. We're going to let this, no, he's not going. There was a car coming. Yeah, 1649. Okay. And boy, there must be some weather here. Here's an amen for you. 1587. Yeah. The heyday. Remember, the heyday of Poland is the 1500s. Yeah. And here's your other tower. And we come around and we'll end here this episode. But that was fun, wasn't it? Nice active episode. Yeah, it says, don't park here. Don't park here, it's not safe. Because pieces may fall off. Look at that. Fairly formidable, isn't it? Yeah, and so the town wall was just going right around here and right up. You could trace it, no doubt. You kind of know the perimeter. And trace it right up the side of the town here. Okay. That's all we have. That's the Church of the Assumption here in Żary. See you on the next episode. I'm Will Richardson in Żary, near the German border, and I wish you a very good day and evening. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow night. Don't forget, like and subscribe. YouTube and Facebook, Poland Daily Travel. See you.